All right, to watch this video for Wednesday, September 26th. This is actually one of the proudest videos I'm going to make. And the reason is I had the day off today. I took today off. Had some stuff I had to do, so it wasn't even a fun day. And I rarely take a day off. So anyway, so I come back. The market's closed and everything. I wasn't around for one tick today, right? But I come back and I get to see what happened in the chat room. And this is the beauty of it, and I've said this a million times. Chat room isn't about me. It's not about my calls. It's about the teamwork that goes on in there. A ton of our traders have taken our course, and a lot of them they know what to look for. I'm going to slide this over because I'm so proud to see this. So I screenshotted Josiah and Jane. You can see the timestamp. So 16 minutes in, 18 minutes in. Both gave the idea of JAGX red to green, which you can see in my notes. Red to green is right here. These are 2-minute candles. Red to green is back through the opening price. Again, this is one of the setups we teach in our course, not just on any random stock, but in this case on a stock that was in play on a morning gap play and so on. So both of them post RG, which is shorthand for red to green, which is 111. Now, both of these posts were before it got up to this point. You have to understand that. Just amazing alerts. The thing ends up going to 250. Ish. I think it went all the way to 250 actually from 111. More than a double from there. And the beauty of it is we talk about inflection points all the time. We talk about timing your entries, and that's what our trading course is all about, timing your entries. So you have scenarios like this where you get long and it never revisits your entry. To me, timing is everything. If you can get long like that, stock gives you a double, but you're never underwater. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to worry about, oh man, should I average down? Should I take the loss? Blah, blah, blah. Timing is everything, and I love to see posts like this. I even have another example from chat. Nathan, as often happens in our chat room, you can see what I wrote there. A member who's taken our course, spots a setup that we teach, and posts it. And in this case, Wayne saw Nathan's post, said, hey everybody, basically this PDD super clean, and this Nathan posted it. It had already hit 27 once and was coming back up. Big seller on the tape with a catalyst above because the earlier high of day was above for another potential catalyst. So the trigger right there through 27, posted in chat ahead of time, and you can see the nice move afterwards. So it is really cool to come home and see some amazing trades taking place, and I'm not even there. And I knew that anyway. I keep telling everybody I could get hit by a truck tomorrow, and the room will go along just fine. You guys will be killing it. You'll never see better teamwork. So that just made me so proud. That was better than having a winning day myself coming home to that. So the SPY puts in kind of a narrow range and another red day, but it's hanging on fairly well. You can see pretty low volume today. And so here's what I'm watching for tomorrow. Now, we were watching the baby oils today. Again, I wasn't there, but GBR almost round trip, so I don't love it, okay? But I'm going to keep an eye on them because a lot of times you get a huge move in something, then you get a red day on lower volume, and then you get another, what I call a third day play, where they rip again. So it doesn't cost me anything to have GBR on a chart, so I will. But I would certainly have preferred that to hold up a little better today. Same thing with TGC. It started down here, ripped, and then today, on lower volume, gave back a lot of yesterday's gains, which is a good example of why I don't hold overnight. But see that a lot. But I'm going to watch this one. Also, another baby oil for a possible third day play. Sort of have, this is not an oil, but you sort of have the same scenario here. Big pop, gave back a lot of it on lower volume, so we'll watch that for a possible third day play. AWSM, which just made this insane move, right? It started, I don't know, a little over $5, gapped up, red day, and then just went crazy, went all the way to 22.61, which I'm certainly not saying it should have, but the market usually finds equilibrium, and now it's pulled back for a couple days on declining volume. Has it come in enough? I don't know. And would, if I log in 3 weeks from now, and this is lower than when it started, it was trading down to $2, nothing would shock me. But remember, I'm not an investor. I build a watch list every night and look for stocks that I might get a trade in tomorrow. I'm in cash every night. So AWSM is a candidate because it had this crazy move. It's an in-play stock, right? Then lower on, 2 days lower, kind of getting close to that area I call the buy zone between the 8 and the 20-day moving average. So I'll be watching this one in this area tomorrow, see if it gives a low-risk bounce play setup. But not in love with it. That's a tough trader. NTEC, I think, is one of the lower-priced, recently deemed pot plays, okay? And so on day one, it went to 495, went sideways on almost no volume for a few days, and is right back up. So this is certainly interesting, like over $5 tomorrow. I would note the 200 days right there at 515, but that's worth watching, especially if the pot plays get moving. NBev, which is another pot play with the beverage company, but looking at cannabis-infused beverages, so that you can see it made this one go crazy from like $1.50 to almost $10, $9.99 to be exact. Then you had a couple red days, and it looks like today it gapped up but sold off. So I don't have any kind. This isn't a great setup. Whenever you have a big 2-day sell-off, but then you have a gap up, but then you have another red day. Like, who's winning here? Shorts, long? It's hard to tell. But because it's in play, recent craziness, and maybe the pot sector gets going tomorrow or Thursday or Friday, I'm going to have NBev on a chart in case it gives me a good setup, okay? AGTC gapped up yesterday, sold off, closed below its open, and then today just rips. This whole move from 505 to 675 on an intraday basis happened on less than 1.5 million shares. So you can tell this one is a thin stock, and you never want to be someone who's chasing the next day after a candle like this. But I say this in a lot of my videos. Sometimes the next day gives you a low risk setup and you get a continuation day. So again, doesn't cost me anything to put it on a chart. It looks like the shippers got busy today. GLBS is one of them. So I'm going to watch, nice little volume, nice little breakout attempt of this 1 month range. Back in early August, it popped to 60 cents. So I view that whenever you have a big volume day and a very clear high from that day, and then it pulls back, I don't view that 60 cents as resistance. If it traded 60 cents for 2 months straight, right in this area, then it's coming up to that, it's definitely resistance. Kind of like back here. I would view 80 cents, this area, as big resistance because it traded there for over 2 months, right? But this 1 point of light, if you will, up to 60 cents on big volume, I view that as a catalyst. If we get through that, it might just go to that 80 cent area pretty quick. So, and I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow or ever. Again, I'm a trader, and if it gives me a setup, I'll take it. So GLBS is one of the shippers I'm going to watch. I like the volume today. Closed well off its highs, but we'll have a look at it. NSPR, big volume today. Let me zoom in so we can get a better look at this. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's done nothing. After this, after getting decimated, it's done nothing for 2.5 months. It had a breakout attempt here to 26.5 cents and then broke through that today on strong volume. So I am going to look for a continuation day in this one tomorrow. JAGX, there's that one I showed you that Jane and Josiah both called today before it broke through that 110 right there. God, I was really happy for them and happy for the room when I got home, but I was also a little bit like, hey, I want to throw up. That's a huge, perfect setup and a huge gainer. But anyway, we're going to watch that again. Now, closed well off its highs, but also well off its lows. So this one could be in play for several days. We're going to watch it again tomorrow. INPX. Yeah, again, I have to zoom in to show you this one. A lot of little baby stocks in this list, which I don't usually trade very often, but a few of them caught my attention today, so they're on watch. This one on almost 60 million shares went from 15 cents to the next day on an intraday basis, 28 cents. Came back down, chopped around, and then today, nice volume again. I wish this would have closed stronger. I'd be more interested in it, but I still want to watch it, all right? Certainly not in love with that one. LMFA, another baby stock, right? But it went from 48 cents to 58 cents on decent volume for this stock, but what I noticed was, let me switch to 15-minute candles. What I noticed was most of the volume came at the end of the day, so you might have some shorts caught in this one, and it might continue tomorrow. You do have a couple other little spikes that, again, I view as catalysts if they get broken, not resistance. And then lastly, AGRX. Man, a lot of penny stocks on this, more than I've had in forever. This one popped on over 50 million shares to hit an intraday high of 91 cents in early September, and then came into a sideways range, very tight range here, trying to break out of that range today. Topped out at 46 cents before closing at 39. So also closing well off its highs, but might have a follow-through day tomorrow. Believe me, that's plenty to watch. We're going to add gappers to this list in the pre-market tomorrow. But again, hats off to everyone today. I'm sorry I wasn't there, but it looks like you didn't miss me, and that hurts my feelings a little, but I'm also happy for you. So we'll see all of you in chat tomorrow. Don't forget, if you're not a member, even if you are a member, look down below for the link to register for the happy hour, which is coming up Thursday. So 2 days from now, right at the closing bell Thursday, we're going to play a a fun stock market game that Wayne put together. We're going to have some drinks and just talk stocks. We'll answer questions if you want. Not selling anything, just wanting to hang out. We call it, it's like our version of guys that trade in New York City, and I'll get to go to the bar after trading all day and tell war stories about their trading that day. This is our way of doing that virtually, but we also threw a game in there. And also check below that famous lifetime membership that we're famous for. The link is down below for that because it's back for a while. All right, I'm done babbling. See you guys tomorrow.